Greeting family to all of the African people worldwide. I hope most of you doing okay. And at the same time, I know so many of you been affected by lost your loved one, or some of your loved one that been admitted in a hospital. Some of them never return home. Especially your parents that you never have a chance to say the last word to them, or your husband, your partner, or your son, your daughter, any family member. The reason for this video this morning, I notice the pressure, the stressful that and people face when they're in the store, when they're in the street, or when they're talking with somebody. I work in the retail store. I can see when a couple come to the store together during that coronavirus, or sometime I've been told they take turn to go to the stores. They don't go together in case if one of them get affected, so the other person can be protected to taking care of the household. Family, I hope you guys didn't ever choose to get married for feeling. I know many of you guys marry for emotional feeling, or many of you guys get together with a partner for feeling, because you like the way the person physically attractive, you like the way the person speak, or you like the way you goes for the look of that individual. When it comes to relationship, you should know better. You should want to be with somebody that going to bear with you in a good time and a bad time. You should take up somebody that when you lost your job, when he lost his job, or if we won in a business together, when the business not doing well, if the business was mismanagement, if the business has something to do from both of you that wasn't take responsibility to manage that business, you have to be responsible to take action, and you have to be responsible to know where do you fail, where you at fault, where you wasn't take charge to manage that opportunity you have in your hand. Or if you're working for the corporation, the corporate America, or any corporation in this planet, you should be willing to, if that person get hurt in that job, if the job is downside, if the person get fired in that job, you have to be willing to taking care of each other. We live in a time now, and in history, since I've been in this planet, I see many things. My parents to parents, after slavery, there was many things happening. I know the Great Depressions happened, but perhaps as an African, we don't have enough billions of millions of dollars in the stock market. The Great Depression doesn't affect us as much, except those maybe got an entertainment business, or those that put in the money in the European stock market that never look seeking to invest back home. Because many of you that born here in the United States, or just moved to UK, or ancestor that was brought to the New World, you guys don't claim yourself to be an African. I mean, we has many names, just African. You know, the continent has many names. We ancient people. As Egyptian, ancient Egyptians, I'm not talking the Arab you're looking in Egypt right now. And Egypt wasn't that name neither. So we have many, many names. The Nubians is us. Everybody that look like us is a part of us. Even those that make sure they race with different entities, it is us. And it was a time only one race that was in that planet. It was only the black race worldwide. The point I'm trying to make, beside your loved one that died alone in that hospital during that virus, that not able to say his last word to his family, that's going to that hospital without no hopes they were coming back. Because I lost many friends, many people that I know that lost a loved one, not because of the deity, that virus, I don't mention name anymore, they talking about they die from. They basically die from the drugs they're giving them, and they basically die from the insulation they put in the face, where they kept them to breathing due to that process when they've been quarantined in that hospital. They didn't die from, you cannot die from a dead virus. If your body is not dead, if you have life in your body, there is a virus is dead. You cannot die from it. And at the same time, you can be affected from it as well by mentally, by you thinking, I don't want to die. I don't want to be in a hospital. I can go out to hang out the way I used to. I can hang out with my friend. I can go for dinner. I can go for a drink. All these things going on right now in this planet worldwide is an example for you, black people, African people, to wake up, to take responsibility, take charge in your health, to take charge how to manage your money. It's not much. We don't make much. But the little bit we make, we can figure it out how to manage that. We shouldn't be take it, expend it for no reason. We shouldn't be spending that little money that going to be in fake weave, fake relaxing, fake makeup, fake nails, anything sensitive to put in your skin. Because family, you breathe to your pores. When you put relaxing and fake hair that basically who been donated from the Indian country or any other country that worship the deities, that have the god, the deity god they worship, if they've been sick, they feel like I'm gonna donate my hair to that temple. Including the little girl that the parents ball cutting their hair, they ball the little girl's hair to donate their hair. These are the hair you guys wearing in your head. These are hair that like sacrifice has been given to a temple, you guys put it in your head. You don't have no idea. All type of pieces in this planet, they have their own deity they attach to, and anything you give energy, he become a worship so-called God for you. Family, as you know, my video always makes sure with a little bit of everything, because I don't have much to say to talk about. I just see the action from people face, the action when they talk, the aggravation they get with the mask in the face, the glove, when they go to our stores, they cannot find the paper toilets, they cannot find the basic stuff they need, they cannot find the mask, they cannot find people. I never see people buy so many gloves, So many paper towel, so many paper toilet in my entire life. Every store you go, or cleaning supplies. By them, when you tell them no, we don't have it. As the retail store where I work, we don't even sell the mask anymore. If the mask came, we have to send it to the hospitals, places where they're running out of supplies. When you're telling them we don't have gloves, when you tell the customers we don't have masks for them to use to buy, you can see the stress that's in their face, the angriness of them, because it's been almost 3 months now. It's getting crazy, like 2 months, because this virus been around since January, and I was told we find out later, but this virus been around more since November. Family, the point I'm trying to make: are you going to stick with your husband? Are you going to stick with your long-term partner? We don't believe in boyfriend because we're African. Boyfriend, that's for so-called teenagers, and we don't have teenager neither in our African culture, because this is the so-called European belief, feeling. Because as an African, by the time this child turned 12 years old, he's already have his PhD. The whole community, the whole family already teach them what he's supposed to be doing in life. We're not talking about these modern children, descendant of African that's born in the West, that's born in the New World, that's refuse to even get up in the morning to do their bed. I'm not talking about these children. I'm talking about my race, my generations that was born in the continent that know what the African culture is. Even we were interfere with the outsider in the continent as well. Even the New World, like in Haiti, where my parents was brought from were kidnapping from the motherland, we were raised just like an African. But what I noticed today, even in the continent, you see the kids we looking at today is not the same the time when I was raised. When I was raised, I learned how to work in a farm. I learned how to take care of the household from 7 years old until I was able to go to the city for high school, still taking care of the house, do what I'm supposed to be doing as a young African lady. I'm wondering how many of you is going to angry with your partner, your husband, to get divorced because of what's going on in this planet right now. How many of you is not going to bear with your family? I'm not saying if it become violence. I'm not saying if you have an abusing husband before, an abusing partner, or an abusing family member that always argue with you, fighting with you, disagree on everything you're saying with one another. I'm not saying you have to stick with that person if he's not willing to change. Family, any family member who's living in this planet now, who choose not to change their way of their behaving in this household, who choose not to be willing to bear, to work together as a family to overcome what's going on this planet now. Nothing wrong for you to walk away from that person. Nothing wrong with you to reclaim yourself, to prepare yourself when the next pandemic come back to that earth, or when they create the next pandemic, so you be preparing how to handle it. I'm not saying you have to be stick with somebody that an abuser physically and mentally. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if it's somebody who like to be nagging, argue for not clean up the sink, the tap over the sink counter, not to pick up the trash, if it's somebody that you usually argue with by not locking up that door, You can put your foot down and let that person know from now on. Especially today, people try to enter in people's houses. The neighborhood where I live, I have an alert on my phone. Anytime somebody breaks to somebody's house, I receive that alert, a security alert. So it is true. You have to put your foot down if you have a partner or a family member that's in this house who love to leave your door unlocked. You have to let them know the risk that up there now, and nobody knows how long this thing gonna be going on. If people gonna start breaking in other people's house for food, for anything, for them to be survive, because right now it's all about survival. There is thing people gonna do. Some of them, they already had a habit of stealing. They're still gonna use that excuse to continue stealing. But I will take opportunity to tell you, young black men, black women, please, or young girl or young boy, if you don't have a job, you don't have nothing to do, stay home. Survive with what you have. Survive with what your parents bring home respectfully. Your parents doesn't owe you after you over 18, especially if you not take responsibility. It's time for you to take action for yourself in case if your parents not around. If they wasn't around, who will take care of you? Who will look out for you in time like that? Right now, it's time for you, my brothers and sisters. If you being home out of work, you had a book, you always planning of to write in a book, put your thought together, write your book. The Corona COVID-19 is a time now you can put in a nice book together, preparing for the next generation that's coming, and to let them know the things you experience, to let them know what you see in this planet, no matter the location where you are, worldwide. To wash your neighborhood, to wash the places you used to go to get your basic stuff in the store. The lockdown for many places. The crisis in the hospital, the crisis in your family, your loved one that dying alone, that you can't even give a proper funeral. Because you can't even go spend time with them in a hospital. And those of you that's in church, your so-called pastor that been lying to you for 2,000 years can't even go there to saying the last lying word to you, you're going to heaven. For so many of you that I know singing in a choir, your choir member cannot be staying there to sing, compose song for you, the song you used to sing with them. They can't even stay there to sing with you because the churches are closed, the doors are closed. As you can see, for so many of you that in religion, the church is not running by that deity you calling your God. Because God's supposed to be powerful than men, especially mankind. There was no such government who can say, I'm closing the door of the church if he was the true God you're serving. Because the church, the God is within you, especially an African. You are the God you're looking for. It is with you. It's not a deity. It's not a fake blue-eyed blonde hair, skinny bones that was created for you and you looking in the sky. Now, let me ask you something. Have you seen this man look like you? You don't even know if he's a man, if he's a woman. And where the heck he get the son from? Because there is no man in this earth can bring a child without a woman. Where is the black woman, the black mother, the black God you are? Which is always an Isis. And the father is the African couple. It's the African family, which is you. The black Madonna God you're looking for. All this thing was painting to give you that blue eyes, all that was created from the European to control the world with the economic power. It has nothing to do. And Greeks get involved. I'm not talking about the African ancient Greek. I'm talking about those Greeks you see now. I'm not talking about the woman, ancient woman. I'm talking about those you see today. That was created for you 2,000 years ago. A religion was created for you. We don't have a religion. We have our deities. We have a spirit. We have the nature we work with. We know who they are. We have our Orishas, or Loa. We have our ancient Ma'at, Isis, Horus, Nut, Gebs, all of our ancient African deities. We don't know anything so-called Jesus you calling on. I use that name, that's the name you know. But I don't bother with it. But I'm going to tell you, family, that book is a metaphysics science book. It's nothing to do with modern science. You're going to live, you're going to worship that deity, you're going to die, you're going to come back again. Because African, many of you that came to this planet to get the work you asked to come to the planet for. You asked, Olodumare, to born to this earth. You asked to return. You better get the work done. The question was given to you when you came to this planet. You don't want to keep reincarnation in that earth all the time. Born as a baby again, go to hell in this planet. Because the planet right now, this is the worst place you want to be. And you don't want to keep reincarnation back in this planet, family. If you are asked to come to this planet, you better get your work done, do what you're supposed to be doing. If you are returned to this planet as the ancestor, to taking care of your community, to taking care of the family that was failing, you need to get that work done. Because until then, when you transition, either before time, let's say if you transition doing that virus right now, was it your time to go? You're going to reincarnation back in the earth again. Maybe in a different family member to get the work you are supposed to be, you are asking to do. The work you are want to return in the earth for, family. Family, we live in the information age. No excuse. Do your research. I advise you listen to many of our brothers that study ancient Kemet that tell you where that books we have in your hand. It is our stuff, that Bible we have in your hand, but you can understand what that book said. It is a coding book that copyright literature with our stuff. You can understand the book. That Jesus you worship is never exists. It was created. That's why the woman sacrificed him. It wasn't any type of being that was in the earth doing work just like your ancient, your Moors, what they were doing in this planet. No. The point is, I notice this in my own family member. The argument never stop when you tell them, why are you doing this, stop doing that. Never stop. Or many of you is going to the same thing right now. Or many of you still have to be argue with your loved one during this time. When you seeing them, they're not getting it. Either they, any family member, any type of family member. I just want to let you know, guys, it's time to let it go. Because if you think of it now, you end up in a hospital now. You don't have no family members gonna come bring you flowers. No family member gonna come visit you. No family member when you die alone in that hospital bed. Even the nurse, they can't even next to you when you transitions. Nah, you all alone. Think about you on the journey by yourself. Do what you have to do to take care of you. If a family member don't give it them about when you talk to them, you let them go. Let them go. They have to find their own way. If you get married for love and emotion, just like the Western society, let it go. You cannot be in love. You cannot be with somebody for emotion and love. You can't. You have to be able to bear with that person no matter what. No matter what. You have to be bear with them if they're willing to bear with you. I know many of our family members, they're still mentally, psychologically sick from slavery. But those times, that was our ancestors who went to that hell, and I know they bear with the husband. The husband usually coming home, they used to get beat up from the husband. And our parents used to have 16, 14 children to raise in the house. We used to have a community. It's not like they have 2 or 1 child now. Our ancestors used to have 10, 15, even 17 children they're raising. And they deal with it. And our parents used to go work in the housekeeping, clean up. The slave master had 17, 15 bedroom taking care of the children. And they come home, they taking care of their kids too when they get home. And I know some of our ancestors that used to abuse a mother, beat them up. They get angry when they came up from the plantation. They take the stress from our parents. I know, but we shouldn't be continue doing what happened to our people. What the experience they used to have is a little bit different. We're still in the plantation. We're still dealing with the stress. We're still dealing if we don't go to work, we don't get paid. We're still dealing right now. I know so many of you used to put your little retirement money on the side, invested in the stock market when you're about to be retirement. I notice it. I know it. It's not easy. If you're already in your 60s, you cannot start over again to go to work, and there is no job for you to do anyway. I notice many of people retired in my job, and who has that company used to give them they used to have a very good package, like investment package. And these people has the money in the stock market. Who knows how much they have left now, because everything, the economic is crashing. Nobody knows if they still have anything left for them. And how are they gonna survive the plane? They have to retire, maybe in a warmer climate. Who knows if they're gonna be able to get what they were planning to do? And I spoke to these folks. I can see the stress in their face. These are people I know. And I know many of them lost the job as well. And we actually have another group that's going to be staying home for now because we're not doing good in business, no business. So they actually have to be home using the personal time off. When they're running out, they have to collect unemployment. These are the experienced family I see. These are things, people I see every day. I work with, I speak with. It's not like a fake script from Hollywood. It's not like a fake news what these people put in on televisions. These are the things I know and I'm experienced during that epidemic, during that pandemic in this planet. All I'm trying to say, family, how many of you that willing to bear with somebody that always there for you, that care for you? Because we're not perfect. We argue, we fight, we discuss things we not agree with. But if it's somebody you're willing to work with, if it's somebody that's not an abuser, mentally, physically, that always abusing you, you should be changing the way of you guys used to behave and work together and prepare for the next strike. Because that coronavirus, COVID-19, I see this stressful in you guys face worldwide. This is nothing what mankind planning to do on this planet. This is nothing. There is more to come. As a black woman, get your mess together, get yourself together, prepare yourself when it's going to be the next strike if you're still alive. But none of us was preparing for a pandemic like that. If you are gonna abandon your loved one in a hospital, your mom, your dad, everybody that you care for. Now you just keep your finger crossed. None of you end up have to be in a hospital. None of you end up have to get hurt to visit the hospital. Because it seems to be, even if you have a regular diagnosis, you're going to be diagnosed with the COVID-19. Even that's not what you have. Take care of yourself mentally, physically. Change your diet. I advise you listen to Dr. Liala Africa, now who became our ancestors. The transition maybe about a month ago now, during that pandemic. And I advise you listen to Bobby Hemmett, listen to Dr. Phil Valentines, listen to Dr. Chief Yuha, listen to Lance Curve, listen to Dr. Ben, listen to Dr. Henry Clark, Malcolm Max, listen to Marcus Garvey, listen to so many of our leaders that transitions that left a footprint for us. You can learn from and restore your consciousness. And please, family, change your way of you being eating. What you eat is what you are. What you eat go to your brain, mentally go to your bloodstream. If you don't eat properly, put a proper nutritionist in your body, you cannot think straight. You won't be able to know what's going on with your body, and you're gonna keep going to these hospitals, and those are the hospitals that's killing you, that's giving you synthetic drugs. That drugs doesn't work for African people. I know many of you don't choose to call yourself an African, but I'm gonna keep calling you guys African. There is no so-called African American. You are African. You better claim your roots, claim your culture, dress as your culture, return to where you belong, connect with your ancestor who can help you, lead you, connect with your Loa, connect with your Orishas, connect with your spirit, connect with your God within you. Is nothing in the sky you should be looking for, family. And take care of yourself. Manage the little money you have. After all this is over, if you ever have a couple $100 left, learn how to do investment for yourself. Stop bringing your money to the outside people that doesn't look like us. So many of us have a little bit of business online. So many of us have some stores. Look online when you need some product. Look for a blogger that sell it. Get it from your blogger. Sometimes we might sell it a little bit more because we don't have a big corporation to give you guys a lot of discount. But look for a blogger or people in the continent that has online store. Buy what you need. Don't spend your money unwisely. Save what you have. Invest it in something that's valuable. Lay there when you're out of work. Lay there when you've been striped like that unsurprisingly, so you'll be able to have a little bit of money to go to the store to get what you need, or to pay in your basic bill, or to taking care of yourself mentally, physically. Because the worst thing can be happening now, right now. If you be in home, you can pay your rent, you can eat, you can pay your light bills, you can pay any type of bills that's necessity. I'm not talking about television, cable. Every single one of you should cut off your cable. You don't need television to watch, because that's another brainwash to keep you busy, and you can cut up in any stripe. When the stripe come in, you won't be able to see it by sitting watching fake television. And at last, family, stay away from the church. Where is your pastor now when you're in time of need? In time of need, where are they? They all hiding, try to preach and lie, and still looking for 10% from you and offering from you. If you guys don't wake up now, this is it for you people after what's going on now. Family, it's time for me to go. That was the message I had for you guys today. Please take care of yourself. When that video get uploaded, share with your family, share with friends, share with the video, because we connect with a family member worldwide with the information now. Because of the technology, we can connect with them anywhere in this planet. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye. So long now.